Jungkook sat on the bathroom floor, the cold tiles beneath his knees grounding him just enough to keep from falling apart. His fingers clutched his hoodie over his chest, as if holding his heart would stop it from breaking further. But it didn't. He had told himself not to cry again. Not this time. But then again, Taehyung didn't call. Didn't message. Didn't ask. Didn't come home. Another night passed with empty silence. It was always like this now, messages left unread, calls unanswered, affection turned cold. Jungkook had stopped trying to justify it. Maybe Taehyung was tired of him. Maybe he was never enough. But how could someone who once held you like the world now look at you like a stranger? The pain came in waves, sharp, suffocating, relentless. His body shook with sobs he couldn't suppress anymore. He wanted to scream, but his voice was buried beneath all the "I'm okay" lies he had whispered to himself. A soft knock on the door. Jungkook froze. And then the door creaked open. "Tae," his voice cracked, barely audible. Taehyung stood there, tall and quiet, with an unreadable expression on his face. He didn't say anything at first. His eyes moved to Jungkook, curled up, swollen-eyed, trembling. "What's going on with you lately?" Taehyung finally asked, his tone more annoyed than concerned. Jungkook looked up, dazed. "What's going on with me?" Taehyung crossed his arms. "You've been acting weird. Distant. Clingy, even." The laugh that escaped Jungkook's throat wasn't a laugh at all, it was broken, bitter. "You disappear for nights. You barely look at me. And when I try to hold you, you pull away. And now you ask me why I'm distant." Taehyung blinked, caught off guard. "I've been holding on so hard, Tae, trying to be enough. Trying to not fall apart every time you leave me in the silence. But it hurts. It hurts so much." Jungkook's voice shook, tears spilling again. "And all you ever do is hurt me, then act surprised when I stop smiling." There was silence. The kind that screamed louder than any argument. And then Jungkook whispered something so soft it broke the night. "I only asked you to stay." But Taehyung didn't move. Didn't say anything. Didn't reach out. And Jungkook knew. This pain wasn't temporary. The room was heavy with silence, again. Taehyung leaned against the door frame, arms still crossed, jaw clenched. Jungkook's words were echoing in the back of his mind, each one like a needle pricking into his calm exterior. "All you ever do is hurt me, then act surprised when I stop smiling." He could see how broken Jungkook looked. Eyes red, chest rising and falling in quiet sobs, knuckles white from gripping his own sleeves. But Taehyung still didn't move. Because part of him didn't know how to anymore. "I'm tired," Jungkook whispered. "So tired of asking for the bare minimum. I shouldn't have to beg you to see me." Taehyung looked away. Jungkook wiped his face with the sleeve of his hoodie and tried to stand, wobbling slightly. "You know, I kept hoping that one day, you'd come back to me. Not just physically, but really come back. The you that held me like I was all you had, that used to kiss me like I mattered. That Taehyung is gone, isn't he?" His voice cracked again. "And I don't even know why." Taehyung finally looked at him. "Things change, Jungkook. People change." "Did I?" Jungkook's voice rose. "Did I change? Or did you just stop loving me and didn't have the courage to tell me?" That made Taehyung flinch. But Jungkook stepped back, his hands trembling, his body screaming every ounce of pain he'd swallowed for months. "I would have preferred the truth. Even if it shattered me, At least I wouldn't have stayed here like a fool, waiting, hoping, dying a little every day for someone who left without walking out. Taehyung's eyes flickered. You're being dramatic. Jungkook let out a breathless, bitter laugh. You think this is dramatic? Do you have any idea what it's like to cry silently every night just to avoid making you uncomfortable? To keep pretending I'm fine because I don't want to push you further away. He stepped closer, fists clenched. If you don't love me anymore, Taehyung, just say it. I swear I'll walk away and never look back. But don't keep me like this. Don't leave me here loving someone who's already left. The words hung in the air like a storm about to burst. Taehyung didn't answer right away. He stared at Jungkook, seeing the weight of every unsaid pain etched into his face. He looked at the boy who used to smile just by seeing his name on the screen, now pleading, just to feel seen. But his lips didn't move. He couldn't say yes. And he wouldn't say no. So he did the one thing he always did. He turned away and walked out, leaving the door open. But not his heart. The door clicked shut behind Taehyung. And with it, something inside Jungkook shattered. He stood there, staring at the wooden frame like if he just waited long enough, Taehyung would walk back in. He always hoped for that, some last-minute change of heart, some sign that he still meant something. But the hallway stayed silent. The house stayed cold. Jungkook slowly sank to the floor again, knees pulled to his chest. No more tears came, only the hollow ache in his chest that pulsed with every heartbeat like a fresh wound refusing to close. He didn't scream this time. He didn't cry out. He just felt empty. The next morning, Taehyung came home to silence. No smell of breakfast, no soft humming from the kitchen, no quiet footsteps rushing to greet him. Just silence. He walked into the living room, expecting Jungkook curled up on the couch in his oversized hoodie like always. But the couch was bare. He checked the bedroom. Empty. Only then did he notice the wardrobe had space in it. A drawer had been left slightly open, with a note inside. His name was scrawled in Jungkook's handwriting. Don't worry. I didn't leave everything behind. Just the parts of me that kept begging to be loved. Taehyung stood frozen. He hadn't meant for this. He hadn't wanted Jungkook to leave. He just didn't know how to show he cared anymore. Somewhere along the line, he'd grown distant, yes, but he always thought Jungkook would stay. Because Jungkook always did. But this time. Meanwhile, Jungkook was at Jimin's place. Stay as long as you need, Jimin said softly, pulling the younger into a warm embrace. Jungkook nodded, biting the inside of his cheek to keep from crying again. I just need space, and to remember how to exist without him, Jimin sighed, brushing Jungkook's hair gently. You deserve someone who doesn't make you question if you matter, and for the first time, Jungkook didn't argue. Because deep down, he knew, he had been bleeding for someone who didn't even know he was hurting. That night, lying on a mattress in Jimin's spare room, Jungkook stared at the ceiling. And he whispered quietly into the darkness, please don't come back when I've finally learned to breathe without you.